WTIC Radio is conducting a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
Alert has been issued for Mojave County.
This is a test of the Lower Hudson Valley Emergency Alert System. In the event of an emergency, this system would bring you important information. This test of the Emergency Alert System is now concluded.
White male, 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighs 130 pounds. He was last seen wearing a white t-shirt, dark slacks, black shoes and possibly has a cane. He also has an L-shaped scar on his left cheek. Kenneth was last seen in the area of Canelo and Bolsa in Golden Valley on October 5, 2023 at 4:30 p.m. He is driving a silver 2008 Chevrolet Uplander with Arizona license plate LKC58. Kenneth has a pacemaker. If you have contact with the Silver Alert, please call 911. Monitor TV and radio for updates.
The civil authorities have issued a required weekly test for HMN, beginning at 11:29 a.m. and ending at 11:44 a.m. This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test, no action is needed. This is only a test. The civil authorities have issued a required weekly test for Albany WI, beginning at 12:02 p.m. and ending at 1:02 p.m. This is the required monthly test from Albany County WI Emergency Management. No action is required. No action is required. Civil authorities have issued a required weekly test for Berrien MI, beginning at 3:02 p.m. and ending at 3:17 p.m. This is a test of the Berrien County, Michigan Public Alert and Warning System. If an actual emergency were occurring, additional instructions would be provided and the public would be directed to their local broadcast media stations for more information. No action is required. This concludes this test. No action required. Test only. Civil authorities have issued a required weekly test for Serban MN, beginning at 3:20 p.m. and ending at 3:35 p.m. This is a test from Serban Co-Sheriff.
This is a test. This station is conducting a required weekly or required monthly test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
Esta es una prueba. Esta estación está transmitiendo la prueba semanal o mensual requerida por el sistema de alarma y de emergencia. Esta es solamente una prueba.
Flood watch in effect from 2 a.m. Saturday through Saturday evening. What isolated to scattered instances of flash flooding caused by excessive rainfall are possible, which could be locally significant? Where portions of southern Connecticut, including the following areas: northern Fairfield and southern Fairfield. Portions of northeast New Jersey, including the following areas: eastern Bergen, eastern Essex, eastern Passaic, eastern Union, Hudson, western Bergen, western Essex, western Passaic, and western Union. Portions of southeast New York, including the following areas: Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, northern Nassau, northern Queens, northern Westchester, Orange, Putnam, Staten Island, Rockland, southern Nassau, southern Queens, and southern Westchester. When, from 2 a.m. Saturday through Saturday evening. Impacts: excessive runoff may result in local to scattered areas of flash flooding of poor drainage and urban areas. Flooding of rivers, creeks, streams, and other low-lying and flood-prone locations is also possible. Creeks and streams may rise out of their banks. Additional details: widespread 1.5 to 2.5 inches of rainfall, with locally 3 to 4 inches, are possible, especially where the axis of heavier rain develops, and possibly remains for an hour or two. Rainfall rates to 1 to 2 inches per hour are possible. If and where the heaviest rainfall rates develop, the flooding could be locally significant, causing disruption to transportation, flooding of basements, first-floor residences and businesses, and underground infrastructure, and pose an elevated threat to life. http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood. You should monitor later forecasts and be prepared to take action should flash flood warnings be issued.
County of SLO has issued an evacuation warning due to a wildfire east of Harmony. The warning is for Zone SLCE 111, which is north of Villa Creek RD, south of Highway 46, and north and east of Highway 1. Be prepared to evacuate. ReadySLO.org/WEA for more information. County of SLO has cancelled the evacuation warning near Harmony due to the wildfire. Fire crews remain on scene, so please drive carefully in the area. For more information, ReadySLO.org.
The National Weather Service in Buffalo has issued a flash flood warning for southeastern Lewis County until 6:30 a.m. Saturday. At 12:25 a.m., Doppler radar indicated a persistent band of heavy rain focusing across southeast Lewis County. Between 2 and 3 inches of rain have fallen. Additional rainfall amounts of 1 to 2 inches are possible in the warned area. Flash flooding is expected to begin shortly. Hazard: flash flooding caused by heavy rain. Source: radar. Impact: flash flooding of small creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses, as well as other poor drainage and low-lying areas. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Lionsdale, Grieg, Port Lytton, Lyons Falls, Constableville, Turin, Brantingham, Sperryville, Tocqueville, Mohawk Hill, and West Lytton. Turn around. Don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most of flood deaths occur in vehicles. Be especially cautious at night when it is harder to recognize the dangers of flooding. Flooding is occurring or is imminent. It is important to know where you are relative to streams, rivers, or creeks, which can become killers. Campers and hikers should avoid streams or creeks.
WHDM, WHNY, WHNY-FM, and WLZK now conducts a test of the emergency alert system. WHDM, WHNY, WHNY-FM, and WLZK now conducts a test of the emergency alert system.
That's 1-800-246-8751. Go to Bounce of
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
K236CK Warrenton.
KWRE, Warrenton, Troy, Wentzville.
Civil authorities have issued a required weekly test for all of Indiana beginning at 7:02 a.m. and ending at 7:17 a.m. This is a test of the Indiana EAS system. This test is conducted in coordination with the Indiana Broadcasters as a public service to the citizens of Indiana.
Test. Only a test of the emergency alert system from the Snohomish County Department of Emergency
The
Management.
National Weather Service in Binghamton has issued a flash flood warning for southeastern Sullivan County in central New York until 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 10:17 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Between 0.5 and 1.5 inches of rain have fallen. Additional rainfall amounts of 2 to 3 inches are possible in the warned area. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Hazard: flash flooding caused by thunderstorms. Source: radar. Impact: flash flooding of small creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets and underpasses, as well as other poor drainage and low-lying areas. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Monticello, Fallsburg, South Fallsburg, Wurtsboro, Woodridge, Bloomingburg, Rock Hill, Thompsonville, Kiamisha, Haven, Hartwood, Woodbourne, Highview, Hurleyville, Oakland, Phillipsport, Maplewood, Harris, Glenwild, and Mount Prosper. Turn around. Don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most flood deaths occur in vehicles. This is a test of the NOAA weather radio warning alarm device. During potentially dangerous weather situations, specially built receivers are automatically activated to warn of the impending hazard. Tests are normally conducted by the National Weather Service every Wednesday and Saturday between 10 a.m. and 12 noon. When there is a threat of severe weather in the area, the test is postponed until the first good weather day. Reception of this broadcast and the alarm tone will vary from place to place. This variability, normally more noticeable at greater distances from the transmitter, will occur even though you are using a good quality receiver in perfect working order. The warning alarm will be activated for severe thunderstorm, tornado, and flash flood watches, and for severe weather warnings affecting the following counties in the West F53 listening area. In Alabama, this includes Fayette, Lamar, Marion, Pickens, Walker, and Winston counties. In Mississippi, this includes Itawamba, Lowndes, and Monroe counties. The warning alarm will be activated for severe thunderstorm, tornado, and flash flood watches, and for severe weather warnings affecting the following counties in the KIH-58 listening area. In Alabama, this includes Calhoun, Chambers, Cherokee, Clay, Cleburne, Coosa, Etowah, Jefferson, Randolph, St. Clair, Shelby, Talladega, and Tallapoosa counties. In Georgia, this includes Carroll County. This has been a test of the NOAA weather radio warning alarm device. We now return to our normal programming. The warning alarm will be activated for severe thunderstorm, tornado, and flash flood watches, and for severe weather warnings affecting the following counties in the KIH-54 listening area. Bibb, Blunt, Chilton, Coosa, Jefferson, St. Clair, Shelby, Tuscaloosa, and Walker. This has been a test of the NOAA weather radio warning alarm device. We now return to our normal programming.
The civil authorities have issued a required weekly test for Ramsey-MN, beginning at 12:09 p.m. and ending at 1:09 p.m. This is a required weekly test. The civil authorities have issued a required weekly test for Madison KY, beginning at 12:20 p.m. and ending at 12:35 p.m. This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test, no action is needed. This is only a test.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This has been a test of the emergency alert system. If this had been an actual emergency, an official message would have followed the alert tone. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
Authorities have issued a required weekly test for all labs beginning at 1:08 p.m. and ending at 1:23 p.m. This is a required weekly test of the emergency alert system.
Flood warning in effect until 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Flood warning in effect until 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Rainfall is in the flooding caused by wind or rainfall is expected. Where within a portion of Queensland or New York, including the following counties, Green and Ulster, flooding daily. When until 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Commensurable with impacts for flooding of rivers. Details, streams, Daylight Time. Energy stages imminent working reinforcement before additional details of river is expected to rise on Daylight Time. Indicating heavy rain reaches the red and flow is ongoing or expected to begin shortly in the area. Constellation of 11.2 feet. Additional rainfall occurs to 1 inch of water in the warned area. Phoenicia Corner, Ferguson Woodland, Graham Brown, Wilson Campbell, Dyer, Lexington Corner, Tannersville, Chichester, Woodland Corner, Willow, Spruce, Edgewood, Beechville, Boise, http://www.weather.gov. When encountering flooded roads. Encountering flooded roads. Most flood deaths to current vehicles.
Beginning at 3:42 p.m. and ending at 3:57 p.m. The Shasta County Sheriff's Office is ordering mandatory evacuations of Shasta Street in Boerne due to a vegetation fire. Please evacuate the area. Thank you.
DMSF detector. Milepost 87.4. Main 1. No defects. Repeat, no defects. Total axle 6.
From this evening to early tomorrow afternoon. What? Flood warning in effect until 12:45 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time Sunday. Boa Bridge. What? Flooding caused by excessive rainfall is expected. Where? A portion of East Central New York, including the following counties: Warren and Washington. Details at 4:15 p.m. 12:45 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. 14.6 impacts. Flooding of rivers, creeks, streams, and other low-lying and flood-prone locations is imminent or occurring. 0.9 feet just additional details tonight at 6:46 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Doppler radar indicated heavy rain. Flood stage is 17.0 Flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly in the warned area. Between 2 and 4 inches of rain have fallen. Safety / additional rainfall amounts up to 1 inch are possible in the warned area. Some locations that will experience flooding include Warrensburg, Whitehall, Johnsburg, Hague, Chestertown, Bolton Landing, Eagle Point Campground, Scroon Manor Public Campground, Hewlett's Landing, North Creek, Rogers Rock Campground, Comstock, Putnam, Mount Hope, Bolton, Wright, Thurman, Hampton, Lake George and Stony Creek. http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood turnaround. Don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most flood deaths occur in vehicles. Be especially cautious at night when it is harder to recognize the dangers of flooding.
The National Weather Service in Wakefield has issued a special marine warning for Chesapeake Bay from Smith Point to Little Creek, Virginia, entrance to the Chesapeake Bay including the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel, coastal waters from Cape Charles Light to the Virginia/North Carolina border out 20 nautical miles until 12:15 a.m. At 10:10 p.m., several reporting stations across the Chesapeake Bay reported wind gusts of around 35 knots associated with a cold frontal passage. These winds should continue through midnight before diminishing. Hazard, wind gusts 34 knots or greater. Source, buoy. Impact, small craft could be damaged in briefly higher winds and suddenly higher waves. Locations impacted include Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel, New Point Comfort, Nassau Ox Reef, Wolf Trap, Anglo-African Wreck, Virginia Beach Ocean Front, Crisfield, Cape Henry, Thimble Shoals, Tangier Island, Stingray Point, Onencock Inlet, Occohannock Reef, The Hub, The Cell, Willoughby Bay, Cabbage Patch, Longs Creek Inlet, Cape Charles Harbor, and Windmill Point. Move to safe harbor immediately as gusty winds and high waves are expected.